You should tell them when they're wrong
Yeah,
or when you think that they're wrong.
that's a good point. That's a
Because
very good point.
that's going to help them more than reinforcing
Right.
their mistakes. That's one of my biggest things. And a lot
And
of
that's
people,
hard for me to do.
dude,
Like, I struggle with that.
so many people think loyalty is just about throwing your supports behind somebody no matter what and
Right.
telling them what makes them feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case.
Yeah. And I've started to recognize that, especially as
And I'll never pull the loyalty card. Ever.
What do you mean pull it? Like,
I'll
use
never
it
be
to-
like... I'll never feel like you're a part of something because of our history, right? You don't need to fight my battles. I will fight my battles.
Oh, right, yeah.
If I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Because I respect your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, me, myself, I personally value, like, knowledge over comfort. Right?
That's fair.
And if I gain a more accurate perception of something when you correct me, I prefer that.
I hadn't really thought about this as much. This is kind of like...
That was
now I'm
probably
like-
my best aphorism.
Now I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, like, I know sometimes I will...
I spend so much time thinking.
Usually out of fear, like, I will be afraid to, like, you know, piss someone off or something. And that's definitely, like, I mean, that's definitely a weakness of mine, for example. Like, I will value so much the relationship that I will, like, almost do anything to keep it, you know? Even if it means...
I was just talking to somebody about that.
Even if it means
night.
artificially deceiving them, like, or artificially validating them to a degree that makes them like me more, or, you know, whatever. I guess it's a form of subtle manipulation.
You need to challenge
Like,
that.
now that I think about it.
You know
like,
why you need to challenge that?
Why?
Because if that person decides, well, they don't like it when you don't, like, reinforce that, but they know it's wrong, then is that really, like...
the kind of relationship that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you want someone you
Exactly.
can, like, grow with instead of, like, someone who wants you to tell them that, like, to bullshit them.
Right, yeah.
And you find that out when you tell them that. So
Right.
you benefit either way.
That's true.
Like, that person could gain respect for you, and that could strengthen your friendship.
And that would be important, you know?
Yeah. Too many people think that it's only going to have negative consequences, but it could bring you closer together.
Do you want to pause it? I have to pee.
Yeah.
Because
Me. Oh, fuck, it's recording. Okay, so we paused it. So, on that subject, you remember when we got Noodles and Company,
yes.
and we weren't really hanging out as much anymore?
Yeah, that was months ago.
It put me in a serious ethical dilemma with exactly what we just talked about. Loyalty. Now, you'd been deprived of validation, you know,
Oh, yeah.
like emotional validation, and you needed some sense of comfort in the changing period in your life. But that conflicted with what I just talked about with loyalty
I think I know what you're going to say.
in telling you what I thought you needed to hear. But the fact is, you weren't receiving much emotional support at all.
Right. Or the support
And
that I was getting was always...
you remember telling me, I just need you to reinforce what I'm saying. Do you remember that?
I think so, but I don't even remember the context in which I was talking about. I remember where we were though, like.
So I had a dilemma. Do I tell you what is going to make sense to you now, right? Or do I comfort you in that moment. And I started to tell you, like, what would make sense now. Are you following this?
Yeah, I
at
am.
all?
I am.
Okay. And I realized that at that time, that's not what she needed.
Right.
But that's a unique situation
Mm-hmm.
because those two things aren't always at conflict. Right? Sometimes people do receive that emotional validation from other sources.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. And that's what allows you to go in and be the guy that says, I'm going to tell you like it is.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to tell you, well, you're doing everything right. And then you can be the bad guy, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But in that situation, you needed both. And I went with what you needed at the time. And I was like, I was rooting for you, man. I was like, get together.
I think I remember too, like, I remember leaving really frustrated, that's for sure. I mean, because there's just so much going on. I was just so overwhelmed. I, like, could not, like, that was, when even was that? My God, that was like May, wasn't it? That was before the summer.
Well, that was a while ago.
No, that was before May. That was like in the spring. That was like a long time ago.
It was sunny out.
I do remember it being sunny. I do
Yeah,
remember
it was
being
like it was a
relatively
beautiful
warm.
day. I was still working first shift, so it was
Jesus.
before May. It's probably like March.
It was after you moved out and stuff too. Like it was like after that.
Yeah, but
I don't even remember where I lived.
on that same token, I can call myself on my own bullshit here.
That was when I was living with my grandma.
Yeah,
And I was
and you were telling me about your cousin.
My cousin, who was
Yeah.
a cop who was like manipulating my grandparents into kicking me out of the house.
Yeah,
That was fucking crazy. Oh my God. Ends up having me arrested anyway for never mind.
but at the same time,
That was crazy.
like, I can call myself on my bullshit, and when people tell me that I'm doing something wrong, I can instinctually, I don't like it at first.
Well, yeah.
You know, it takes a little while to get through to me, and you would do that, and I would,
Sort of shut down.
yeah,
Retaliate.
it upset me. But, like, you know, I have acquired a skill to, even though it's not what I want to hear, and it conflicts with how I'm operating in this moment, like, I can accept that now, you know? And that's one thing, like, our friendship has kind of allowed me to do, because I'm like, I value your opinion. So I considered it more seriously.
Right.
Instead of just instantly shutting it down, like,
Yeah.
fuck yourself,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it worked that way for me, too. And I'm not sitting up on a high horse saying, I know best. No. Anthony, this is what, you know, you've done it to me,
I
too.
don't really remember. I mean, yeah. That's funny you brought that up, because... You think that wants to be Instagram?
Oh, dude, I started again.
Okay, good.
So we're done with that last topic.
Okay.
We're moving on. Okay.
We're talking about judgment and loyalty. And
Hopefully you can put this into terms that are...
what is it called when you... Maybe this is about to answer your question that you're about to ask. But what is it
I
called?
doubt it.
When you... when you... Not necessarily compliment someone, but when you and another person... When you try to improve their situation by, like... It's like tough love and friendship. Or whatever. Kind of what you were just describing.
It's, well, I guess, tough love.
Okay, is it?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I think I told you earlier, like, I have viewpoints and opinions, and I say things that have actual terms for them. But, like, usually someone else ends up telling me these terms.
Okay.
So, like, I'm the last guy to go to for, you know, reverse defining shit.
Fuck. I'm trying.
Or even defining shit. But I've like, through my human experience and dealing with so many different types of people, I've come to a point now where I can just see, like, right through everything that people put out there.
Right.
Not everyone. Some people are hard to read. But it's just like I can see straight through to a person's motivations.
Yeah.
And the roundabout ways
Through
in
their
which they
motives.
try to indirectly get what they want. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I see it with their need for, like, romantic fulfillment. I see it, like, just the perception of what they try.
You're recording this, right?
Oh, shit. Check out.
Okay, guys.
Well,
Like, wait.
I got sound
This is really
effects
good
on
stuff.
here. But you know what I'm talking about, where I could be talking to somebody and I can just cut right through to them and say something that's just invasively honest and kind of calls them out in a way, but not in, like,
Right.
an intentionally threatening way.
Just
I can just be like, so, when are you going to ask this person out?
Yeah.
Or, so,
That's just your.
do you want that? Like, I know you want this. You're waiting to ask me for it. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
That's just your Mercury and Scorpio playing in.
Oh my god. Tell me about that, though.
Your Mercury and Scorpio? Oh man. Oof. That's intense. It's an intense aspect. I almost have your natal chart memorized astrologically.
At least one of us does.
I know all of your Scorpio placements. And I know your Jupiter and your Sun. I'm trying to remember. Oh, well, your Venus is in Scorpio too. It's at 17 degrees. Scorpio.
Yeah, but I don't know what any of that means.
I do, and that's
I'm
all that
speaking
matters.
for the common man here. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That's information.
I don't know. Do you want me to share that? Do you want me to share it with, like?
I mean, yeah. I'll
Natal
just
chart's pretty
block it
personal.
out with something that makes me feel better.
No, I mean the Mercury, like because you're a Libra, so Mercury has to be Mercury's.
Is that my, like,
within-
ability to, like, analyze and
piercingly like orient yourself like with other people's emotions and
yeah.
definitely pick up on the unseen, I mean,
And
and the unheard.
it's weird because
Lends itself to an incredibly
I feel like I'm, like, keeping people's secrets all the time, but they don't know that I know their
you
secrets.
do, I mean, in a way, but without like meaning to. I mean, you're doing it like
It's like I can tell you what your biggest insecurity is, right?
yeah,
But I don't, like, use that.
right,
I just I see it. It's in my head, and I don't do anything with it, really. But it's like sometimes I want to cut through and acknowledge it and demonstrate that I know. And it's like I've had some people just go stone cold quiet when I ask them a question out of the blue that just invades their privacy completely,
yeah.
But it's been invaded already. But it just hasn't been acknowledged, and they don't know it's been invaded, right?
Yeah.
And it hasn't gone that well.
Now you're shocking me.
I mean, it hasn't, okay, not initially, but, like, I've demonstrated that knowledge, and then I've not done anything with it, right?
Yeah.
And it has created, like,
A rift.
no, like, on their end, kind of like a bond of trust.
Oh.
Once they're, like, used to it, and they know that I'm
Right.
not going to, like,
Yeah,
manipulate
I mean,
them.
You and I do that. Like,
Yeah. But initially, like,
initially you don't know. Like, you're not sure.
yeah. I'll give you an example.